welcome to Felix Day Matters. And this morning I am joined by a very special lady, and she is coming to talk about something which I don't know how many people will know about this, but I know a fair few who already do. And one of our team is definitely knows all about it, but we'll get round to that later on. Anyway, I'm joined by Louise Allen. Good morning, Louise. How are you?
Fine, thank you.
And Louise is from the Ipswich, and this is a bit of a tongue twister, the Ipswich Town Football Charitable Trust. Yes?
Ipswich Town Football Club Charitable Trust. Short of ITFC Charitable Trust.
I missed the C out.
You do.
I was practising that and I missed one out. Now, the trust itself, that's something which is based in Ipswich, isn't it? It's actually at Portland Road.
It is. It is predominantly at Portland Road, although we do have satellite units all over Suffolk.
We'll come round to that because I believe it's expanding shortly. But if we go back to the bare bones of it, when was it actually first started and why?
It was started in the mid-90s as part of the football club, as a department of the football club, as football in the community, as the part of the club that delivered all the community courses, the sort of holiday courses, the getting the name of the football club out amongst the community and giving back.
Right.
And then in early 2000s it became its own separate entity and became a charity.
Mm-hmm.
And so for the last 7 or 8 years it's been run as a completely independent part of the football club.
The initial concept really was to help with learning. Was that something? Or
yes.
Categories, because it offers a lot of opportunities, doesn't it?
It does.
So
we are Suffolk, and that's the main ethos, and we run the football courses in order to fund the educational side. And so lots of children all over Suffolk running around playing football and learning about football and having great fun. And they help then fund those children and young adults that are actually struggling with education and need help and direction back onto.
So in the 90s, that's something, I mean, now it's a little bit more trendy to sort of do like an informal learning aspect or something. Learning. But in the 90s, that wasn't really known about. I mean, did the club sort of struggle with that concept to sort of try and sell it to people? There must have been issues.
There were issues. I mean, the Charitable Trust has been at the forerunner of so many of these things. We had a programme called Playing for Success, which was based in Ipswich, Newmarket and Lowestoft. And that was one of the very first in the country. That was the government's initiative, and we actually were one of the forerunners in that, working with that, and working with the football clubs doing that. And it was quite a sort of step into the unknown, really, and a big thing to do, because football in the community at that stage was mainly just doing football courses, and to actually link it with the education at that side was quite sort of innovative.
Yeah.
We were the first football club to take on a Prince's Trust team programme.
Mm-hmm.
A team programme runs all over the country, but we were the first to be actually within a football club and using football to draw people in as well.
Yeah, because I mean the football element to it, I mean obviously that is the fundamental basis of it. Do you have to have an actual real passion for football, or is it something that you find football sort of engages children more? I mean, how does it sort of work if you don't like football?
The main thing is I know nothing about football. I know more than I did when I first started, but you don't really have to have a great interest in football. It's just the main thing about the education side is it's not in a real formal educational environment. We have classrooms, but they're branded up with Ipswich Town branding, and the teachers in inverted commas look like football coaches. They do actually have teaching qualifications or really volunteered teachers, but actually it's not the normal formal educational environment. And again, it doesn't matter that you've got no interest in football as such, because it's just different. It's a different environment.
Because you were saying before we obviously started the interview about just for one example, the concept of writing an essay for somebody. To some people that's very daunting, like write an essay on the evolution of art. But you have a different method of doing it. You sort of have a different way of trying to engage them in it. How does it work with the football concept?
I mean, you'll actually say to the children, well, can you write a match report?
Mm-hmm.
And then would you like to deliver that to in the media suite at the football club? So you're taking the educational principles, putting them into a completely different concept. So it's actually giving children the chance to actually move away from their normal sort of everyday educational things and say, well, actually, this is different. This is how you can use things.
So is it something that the children themselves can opt to become part of, or is it something that they're referred to by the education department? How do the children and young adults get involved in it? I mean, obviously you've got the Prince's Trust now, but
yes,
how do they get involved?
Various programs. We have something called Going for Goals, which we bring school children in. We bring class in every evening for 6 weeks, and they'll come into our base at Portman Road and use the classroom resources and actually do, as I say, the match reports and looking at different ways of learning. And that can either be through contacting us or through recommendation or through contacts. I mean, we have strong links with lots of schools all over Suffolk. We go into schools and do PPA, which is Planning, Preparation and Assessment.
Yes, I know what that is. Yeah.
So our coaches will deliver those for schools, and that's a great way to actually understand what we do, and it's like a first link, because those schools that we work with then get the opportunity to do more things.
Yes.
They get sort of tickets, they get all sorts of things, and they get the chance to visit and find out more about what we do. And I think we write to most schools all over Suffolk asking if they'd like to be part of it.
Yeah.
And quite a few take up. I think it's just making them more aware of what we do.
Because I've got a list here, and I am going to refer to my list, because these are just some of them, obviously, but there's holiday soccer courses, disability football, weekly soccer centres, adult football, teen programme and healthy lifestyles. That's a lot under one umbrella, but I believe there's more sections to it.
Oh, there's not. We have all sorts of things. Within the healthy lifestyles, we'll have childhood anti-obesity programs where they talk about active eating and healthy eating and active lifestyles. Within that, we've got adult football and boot camps and again healthy eating, healthy lifestyle. Fit Fans, which is a program we do with.
I've heard of Fit Fans,
Live Well UK, which is an adult weight loss program. So within each section, there's an awful lot. Within weekly courses, which is your grassroots football, which is your football mad child that really just wants to learn. We have 7 or 8 centres all over Suffolk. So there's 3 or 4 around Ipswich, then we're out at Saxmundham, we're out at Bury St Edmunds and Milden Hall. So we do so much.
Because you were saying there was something about a mobile thing. Now, what's that all about? How is it evolving to the next stage?
The Prince's Trust is absolutely amazing. We work with there's about 15 or 20 young people in each team, and they have 3 teams a year, and they basically are either referred or apply, and they need to be between 16 and 25, not in education, employment or training, which is in NEETs. And the idea is we work with the Prince's Trust to get them refocused, to work out what they want to do and where they want to go. And I think it's about 85% to go back into either education or employment at the end of it.
There's a very, very high result in that programme. I think amazing. It's one of the most worthwhile ones that we've got in the area. And I know it sounds daft, I don't think it's talked about enough.
No, it's not.
There isn't enough of it. I mean, do you find that the football element to it kind of links back to the Prince's Trust? I mean, have you found that it goes the other way rather than, is it very much linked? Do you see where I'm coming from, that kind of concept?
The Prince's Trust is such a big brand, and most people will know about it. But then when you link it with the football, that's another pull.
Yeah.
It's another pull in. I don't know which is stronger. I think
it works together. So how's the mobile element coming into this then?
We started, having been so successful with Ipswich, we then started another branch in Lowestoft, which is becoming really popular and successful now. And then our funder for Ipswich is West Suffolk College, And they already run a team programme, but they wanted us, as we've been so successful in Ipswich and Lowestoft, to work in the west of Suffolk. And because there is no intense need in one particular area, it's a very disparate area in need. So we're aiming to start up a new programme in Haverhill, first of all, then either Newmarket and Milton Hall, and move round to where
it's required.
So that will be starting in September.
Blimey. Not long now then.
So we're working on that.
Yeah. So your role within the trust, what do you actually do?
I'm the trust accountant. I'm known as Money Lady.
Yes. So, Money Lady.
Money Lady. And I basically brought in 5 years ago to make sure it all ran efficiently, to make sure they were in control of their budgets. As a charity, every penny counts.
Yeah.
Every child running around a football club on a football pitch on a Monday evening brings us pence.
Yeah.
So I've got to control those pence, because there might be 90 children running around, but that's not much money.
No.
And we were funded when the football club was sponsored by Eon and Paragen TXU. They had a great community spirit, as some of us may be aware, and they really wanted to be involved in the community. And we were given about £100,000 a year to actually benefit the community, which we did. With the change of sponsorship of the club and the change of ownership, we are now self-standing.
I was going to say, how is it funded now?
It's now funded mainly through fundraising events and the surpluses from children on courses, and what little funding we get from the colleges and from Football League Trust.
Have you noticed a shift in everybody's passion for the club? Has it sort of increased since money's got tight? I mean, everybody's suffering from finance problems at the moment.
Well, this is the thing.
You know, have you noticed a shift in the way the dynamic of the club works now? The trust.
The trust. I mean, we are struggling to actually get funding. It's much harder for, you know, we used to have an awful lot of sponsorship, but you can't expect businesses to actually support.
Not so much, no.
Support sponsoring things when they're actually having to lay people off.
Yes, exactly. Yeah.
It's very hard. So you know, there is now a requirement to do corporate social responsibility, and we do fit in that. So we have got several sort of large local businesses that are really helpful towards us and really encourage their staff to fundraise for us.
It's something that I'm all too aware of, because I go around the world almost and talking to other groups that are they're known as NGOs in other countries, but same principle as our clubs over here. But they have corporate responsibility in their countries, and they cannot understand the way England works, because it's a totally different concept.
Yeah.
But I like the fact that it is slowly coming in, because it is replacing that individual funding, and it is helping something to continue on in the future. Because the last thing you want is for someone to lose a resource, and especially something that's been embedded in the community for so long.
I mean, we are Suffolk's best kept secret. I mean, we really do help. We do so much good to those who actually stumble across us. You know, we are trying to make sure that people know about us rather than find us. Yeah. So, you know,
do you think it is because of the football side of it, or do you think it's because it's just not dipped its toe in the wider community for a while?
I don't know. It's very difficult. Without the football club and without the football club links, it would be much harder.
Yeah.
But it's also very hard because we are not always seen as being separate, and therefore, what is our greatest asset is also our greatest problem. That, you know, without that link, or without that branding, without being part of it, it would be much harder. But on the other hand, people think, well, they must be funded by the football club, and we're not.
I was going to say that is probably
they are very kind to us.
Yeah.
They're very kind to us. I mean, we have our buildings, and we have a lot of support from them. But that's sort of it. They are wonderful to us. But you know, when you think 5 years ago we were getting £100,000 to exist, and now we're not. It's quite a big ask to find.
So we're actually here to talk about something that's coming up, which is a fundraising event itself.
We are,
and possibly one of the Fitzo TV crew are going to be taking to this thing. But it's a zip wire, if I'm correct in saying this, and it's across the football pitch.
It is, and again, this is why we're so grateful for the club, because they are allowing us to put a zip wire in from the top of the south stand, this Sir Ralph Ramsey stand, down to the pitch. So you're actually going to be zipping across, one would be zipping across the pitch, so you'll be able to see that hallowed Portman Road turf at speed from height. Bird's eye view.
How far up is it? How high is it?
It's quite high up. For those of you who are aware of the stands, the Surround for Ramsey stand is about the highest one. I've not been up there yet because I am booked on to go down, and I decided that I wouldn't go up until I actually had to go down.
Go down.
Yes, that was the thought. So I thought I'm not going up there.
Just have a look.
Yeah.
So the event itself is on which date?
It's on the Saturday the 14th of July, and it's in the where we've got zip wire running in the afternoon, and then during the day from 9 o'clock till 5 o'clock there is a family fun day, which is on the field turf, which is that lovely patch of sort of artificial grass behind the stadium. And so there'll be things going on all day. There'll be refreshments and craft stands and all sorts of face-based
football games.
The old-fashioned, traditional sort of fun things, and that's free to enter. And that will be opened by the new mayor of Ipswich, which will be great. We've got Town 102 being there, and their various mascots and things. We've got all the inflatables, so you can go and sort of bounce around in football games and the hexagon and speed shots. So lots of fun things to do. And then the zip wire's going in the afternoon. And so that is to register. It's £50 for an individual. If a whole group of you want to go and have fun all together, then it's reduced price for group bookings of 10 or more, £45. And that's a sort of advance, if you like. We really want people to actually get sponsored and raise more money.
And there are incentives behind the sponsorship.
Oh, there are incentives.
So what kind of things are there incentives? Other than raising money for a good cause,
well, the good cause is that, as I talked about, the Going for Goals programme, where we bus children into the Portland Road. We have 2 buses, and there is one which really is very sad and very tired, and it needs to be replaced. I think if we take the branding off, it might actually fall apart. So we desperately need a new bus. But apart from the good feeling that you've actually raised money towards that, if we get somebody with a really good sponsorship value, we are offering the Ipswich Town Charitable Trust executive box, which is in the Britannia stand for a match during the season, the end of the season,
a
league match during the season. So. Get out there,
raise your money.
Have some fun.
And obviously, how can they find out about this? Whereabouts is it? Is it on the website?
There is a website. We have a website that is, it's the... Oh, I can't remember.
It's all right, you can consult the paper.
The website is the big itfczip.co.uk, and it's on there, and all the frequently asked questions, the sort of the things like, how old you have to be, how young can you be, and there is no...
There's a weight restriction.
There's a weight restriction. You have to be over 6 stone and under 17 stone, which fits in an awful lot of Ipswich.
Because that's a lot of people.
And you can go down in fancy dress, and there's a prize for best fancy dress.
Wow.
So get thinking. I don't want to see half a dozen Spider-Man. I want to see different things.
As a Superman, Batman, Spider-Man, they are the obvious ones that will spring to mind.
Other things.
When's the closing date for this? Can they actually do it on the day? Can they?
We'd rather they didn't do it on the day.
Limited?
It is limited. There are 90 places. It's booking well. We could do with a few more, and really just phone up. The number is it's on the paper.
So you can still confirm.
0844 801 1555, and that's normal office hours. That's the call centre booking office for the club who do all our bookings.
Now, obviously, there has been problems with this because someone said, "Well, hang on, I've seen a poster before." It's changed date, hasn't it? And it's also changed the duration. So just to clarify that for anybody who thinks, "Well, I thought it was for more than one day."
Well, we started off with doing Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And the idea was to have sort of corporate event on the Friday and then sort of a quiet day on the Sunday. And with the fun day going on, we just felt it was much better to concentrate and have one really good day.
Yeah.
Rather than spread our resources to actually just really make sure that it was a proper, fun, good day.
And hear all the squeals coming down the stands.
Absolutely.
Well, I do hope it will actually be a very successful day, and I am hoping that one of our team will take to the zip wire. I'm sadly not being able to go, so that only leaves Mike. So we have to. Our viewers have to put their hands in their pockets and sponsor Mike to go down there.
Absolutely, I think Mike should.
I think he should. He should come down and hold Stephanie's hand, I believe, as well.
Yes.
She's ordered him, I believe, to take part. That's Stephanie McIntyre.
Yes.
But yeah, I do wish you all the best for the day, and obviously the future of the trust.
Yeah.
And I hope this isn't the last time we see each other. I hope you come in more often and talk about
hopefully
it.
I'll come in and tell you how successful it was. And,
Exactly. Can't wait. But anyway, guys, thank you very much for tuning in to watch Feeling So Matters. And once again, it's been an absolute pleasure to have a guest on the sofa. Thank you very much, Louise, for coming in. Tune in on Monday when we're all back from a very busy weekend. There's a lot going on in Felixstowe this weekend. So enjoy yourselves. Yes, summer I think is over, but hey, enjoy the activities. Have a good weekend and see you all on Monday. Thank you for watching.